Sometimes when I sit down and start working on my YouTube video in my deep work session, whether it's after a shift in the hospital or whether it's on my day off, it can feel really hard and I feel really distracted and hard to focus. The time goes by slowly. I'm not enjoying it. But other times it feels like a breeze, like I could work longer. The time goes by so fast. I'm productive. I'm like in the moment. I'm in the zone. And there's such a difference between those two times. And on reflection, I try and figure out what that is. And it really comes down to one thing, and that is being mindful, whether I'm mindful or not. And in this video, I'm going to give you a great reminder on how deep work is so important, how mindfulness is so important to deep work, but also how deep work is so important to mindfulness. Let's go. Okay, just be mindful. So 4 hours of deep work is easy. Here's what we're going to cover in this video: the importance of mindfulness in achieving deep work, practical mindfulness techniques for deep work, and incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine for sustained deep work. So share the video if you think it's going to be helpful for someone you know, and you can watch this video at double speed. This is my community, Health and Hustle, deep work, and a community for doctor YouTubers like myself, with the aim to improve your productivity, lifestyle tips, as well as YouTube tips to get you to your first 1,000 subscribers. I'm on that journey. I want to be part of that journey with other people, so get involved. Yep, you can watch twice speed. Okay, the importance of mindfulness in achieving deep work. So, introduction to mindfulness. First, let's talk about mindfulness. Simply put, mindfulness is the practice of staying present and fully engaged in the moment. It's all about being aware of what you're doing as you're doing it. This simple practice can have profound effects on your productivity and focus. And it really is the vehicle to unlocking flow state. You can't get into a flow state if you're not present, if you're not focused on the moment. And that's the key for deep work, for successful, productive, and fulfilling deep work is trying to get into that flow state. And if you're not in the flow state, it's about trying to be present and give yourself the best chance to get into that flow state. So it's not just about productivity, but it's also about fulfillment. Deep work, you could look at it as this is the time to be really productive, but I like to look at it as this is the time to practice being mindful, to practice being present. So it's kind of like a meditation session, except the byproduct is you're getting stuff done. So yeah. So even if you're not getting stuff done, or even if you're not productive, you have the chance to be present and feel good. And that's what it's all about. So, connection between mindfulness and deep work. But why does this matter for deep work? So, mindfulness helps us maintain focus, reduce distractions. This is crucial when we're trying to get into that deep state. It also helps us manage stress, which is a big deal when you're juggling a medical career and YouTube content creation. Absolutely. So, for us, for doctors who are full-time, working shifts and then trying to work extra on top of it on your hustle, on your YouTube, trying to put pressure and be stressed during that is really not an option. We need to be completely stress-free. This needs to be a wind down. If we're doing any extra work, we have to enjoy it. We have to get fulfillment from it, and that's why deep work is important. That because I believe it's the most fulfilling way we can do it. So getting present and not being stressed is the goal with deep work, and the way to do that is being mindful. Obviously, the science is there. Studies show that mindfulness can enhance cognitive function, improve our ability to concentrate for longer periods. So if you're wondering why you should care about mindfulness, it's been proven or suggested that it significantly boosts your productivity and helps you get those deep work hours in. So the more mindful you are, the easier deep work will be. If you're practicing meditation, that feeling will translate towards that feeling you should aim for when you're engaged in deep work. Both of them have a common thing. You are focused on one thing. You're present, and the only difference is one, you're focusing on work, your big tasks, and the other, you're focusing on your breath, But both of them should be stress-free. You should feel present. You should feel fulfilled. So, practical mindfulness techniques for deep work. Practical things you can do today to enhance your deep work and increase your chance of flow state in your deep work sessions. So let's get practical. How do we actually incorporate mindfulness into our deep work sessions? First up, mindful breathing exercises. This is a simple but powerful way to stay present. Here's how you do it. Take a deep breath through your nose. Hold it for a couple of seconds and then slowly exhale through your mouth. Repeat this a few times, focusing only on your breath. It sounds simple, but it can really help center your mind and prepare you for a focused work session. So it's a good time to do it is at the start of the session. Before you start, you want to start your deep work session, but you want to start it in a mindful way. So a good way to do this is just a few breaths at the start of the session. And then every time you feel a bit, maybe you feel a trigger of feeling a bit stressed, maybe you're a little bit distracted with thoughts, maybe you're not really getting into the flow state and you notice that, or you're thinking about too many tasks when you should just be focusing on one. Once you realize that, you can just, within your deep work session, you can just do a few of those breaths. Or perhaps you're doing a bit of maybe you're having a few breaks within your deep work session, and you can use those breaks, because we want to be spending those breaks doing something mindful, not allowing distractions to come in. But one of the things we could do is a few breaths during these breaks. Yep. Okay, so another one is a body scan meditation. So we're going to talk about body scan meditation. This involves mentally scanning your body from top to toe, head to toe, noticing any tension or discomfort, and consciously relaxing those areas. Start at the top of your head and slowly move down to your toes, taking a moment to relax each part of your body. This helps release physical tension and makes it easier to concentrate. And it's just another way of which you can practice being mindful, practice being focused, practice being present, bringing your attention back to the present moment. And again, you can do this at the start or during your deep work sessions, and you can then use this being present to then enhance your deep work. Mindful breaks. So we talked about breaks, but you can also take a few minutes to do any of these, the body scan or the breathing exercise. But you can also apply it to stretching, a short walk, or even just a few deep breaths. This will help you recharge your mind and maintain your focus and maintain your mindfulness sessions, even within your deep work. So I talk about this quite often, that deep work doesn't have to be a continuous stretch of focus. You can have breaks within it, and that's very important at the start especially. But it doesn't mean you have your breaks and look at your phone. It means you maintain your mindfulness. So that's what you should do. Lastly, incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine for sustained deep work. Okay, so how do we make mindfulness a part of our daily routine to sustain deep work over the long term? We want to start with daily mindfulness practices. This could be a morning meditation session, mindful eating, or even just taking a few moments to be present while drinking your coffee. The key is to make mindfulness a regular part of your day. Because if mindfulness is only confined to your meditation sessions, your breathing sessions, or even during your deep work sessions, then it means 90% of your day is mindless. So the goal is to stretch that mindfulness out, that focused mindfulness, into large parts of your day. So therefore the way you live your day actually enhances your mindfulness sessions, and not the other way around. And yeah, you can just start by, I like to think of it as you've got active mindfulness and you've got passive mindfulness. Active is when you're intentionally focused on being mindful. This could be, your 5-10 minutes of meditation. Passive mindfulness is trying to be less distracted and more mindful during other activities. Um, and the goal is, with active mindfulness, your passive mindfulness increases, it seeps into that, and then you sort of naturally find yourself being more mindful throughout the day. And that then fuels your active sessions. So it's like a cycle. So they're both equally as important. Being mindful when you're not actively, meditating and just living life, and also being mindful when you are actively focused and meditating. Okay, and then you want to create a mindful workspace. So creating a mindful workspace, your environment plays a big role in how well you can focus. Keep your workspace clean and organized. Maybe add some plants, personalized items that keep you feeling calm and focused. The goal is to have a dedicated distraction-free zone for your deep work session. So anything that cultivates a sense of calm, a sense of peace, a sense of anti-distraction, keeping it simple and minimalistic, will cultivate a mindful mind. You don't want to have stimuli or dopamine distractions. You don't want to have big lights. You don't want to have anything that will split up your focus. So yeah, in your environment is important to cultivate that. It's much harder to have a calm, present mind if your environment is scattered. So, and again, that's a cycle. If you're calm and present, you're more likely to keep on top of a clean, simple environment. Mindfulness and digital detox. Finally, consider a digital detox. Limit your social media use and turn off notifications during your work hours. This reduces digital distractions and help you stay present and focused with the task in hand. This goes without saying, really. In deep work, you have to prioritize not letting distractions in. And then we can extend this out to time outside of deep work. Less distractions the better, arguably. Before you even try and be present, before you even try and be mindful, the first thing to do is to limit your distractions, to give yourself the chance to be mindful, because it's literally impossible to do that if you're exposing yourself to things that are going to affect your brain, like dopamine spikes, your phone, social media, small tasks. Mindfulness thrives on focusing on one thing for a prolonged period of time. So you just have to give yourself the best chance possible to be mindful by doing that, by focusing on one thing for extended periods of time. And the best way to do that is to not expose yourself to the small tasks, the short-term stuff. Okay, so in summary, we talked about the importance of mindfulness, especially relating to deep work. This is obviously the practice of staying present, fully engaged. This enhances your focus, reduces distractions, making it easier to achieve deep work, allows you to get into deeper work, helps you manage stress and improves cognitive function. And this is crucial for balancing a medical career and content creation. So again, this video is specifically for doctors with a side hustle of YouTube, and they need this deep work session. So yeah, it's important to manage your stress and not feel stressed out by it. You can practice these mindfulness techniques, breathing exercises, body scans, mindful breaks. These techniques help you center your mind, release physical tension, and maintain focus throughout long work sessions. And you can make mindfulness a regular part of your day with daily practices like morning meditation, mindful eating. You can create a mindful workspace by keeping it clean and organized, and reduce digital detox and distractions throughout the day. to stay present and focused. So I hope you take some of this. This is just a reminder that, I made a similar video of this, which was talking about just be bored. So 4 hours of deep work is easy. In this video, it's all about just be mindful. So 4 hours of deep work is easy. Because deep work should be a fulfilling experience, and to be fulfilled and not to be stressed and to be productive, you just gotta be mindful. And this is, hopefully you learn some techniques about how to do it, or a reminder to keep doing it because it's worth it. Yep. So I'll leave you with a quote. The best way to capture moments is to pay attention. This is how we cultivate mindfulness. Dalai Lama. Let's get to work. And if you're a doctor working on your YouTube side hustle, you can join my community in the description.